We're talking about special endurance 1, special endurance 2, and 1-foot jumping, maybe a little bit of 2-foot jumping in general, athleticism, being a freak. That's what we're talking about today. So Fabian and I did a hellacious workout, and Isaiah was there to witness this absolute trouncing of my ego once again. I don't really have many wins in life, and they just, I think I take more L's in training than anything else, but at least I get to train alongside you guys. So we do this workout, and Fabian, mind you, elite high jumper, 7'8" high jumper, Fabian Diorud. I think I got it wrong, but I try every day. And he is pretty freaking fast. He's 6'9", like 7% body fat, and he's in shape right now. Okay. Probably could run like a 48 in the 400 for perspective. So you'll see this a lot with 1-foot jumpers, specifically high jumpers are really rangy and long and bouncy. And Fabian, I would say, pretty well fits the bill. Do you agree with that, Isaiah?
Yeah, for sure.
So we're doing this workout, and it's supposed to be intensive tempo. Intensive tempo, for those of you who don't know, is it's a velocity metric or an effort metric. It's meant to be about 80 to 85% effort. Okay, so not that fast, but pretty fast. Your rest intervals are a little bit shorter, so the density is pretty high, but the intensity is still fairly high as well. So we do this workout, and mind you, Fabian can run, I think, maybe the fastest fly he's ran is about a little over 10 meters per second, which is pretty fast, right? It's respectable for sure, especially for a high jumper. That's really fast. So, his best 100 time is probably like low 11s or something like that, roughly. And we do the math, and he's supposed to be hitting these at like 22 or something. I don't even know what it was. It was way slower, okay, for this workout. So week 2 of the cycle, he skips the first week. Well, really it was the second week. I run it. I'm running them 23, 24. I'm like vomit inducing. I'm dying. It's like 100 degrees outside. Week 2, I run them with him. Dude is just blitzing 19-second 150s. Okay. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're running way too fast. And the rest intervals were like 2 minutes or 2:15 or something. It was short. And he is running his ass off. So I'm like, what in the world? So then we do week 3, and I'm like, let's get more rest, but run faster. If we're going to do this, if you're running special endurance, so then after intensive tempo comes special endurance, and special endurance 2, and then special endurance 1. Special endurance 2 is like 800-meter kind of like pacing, I guess, or like distances anywhere from like 800 to like 250 is what I would call special endurance 2. Special endurance 1 is like 300 to like 150, give or take. So we're running special endurance 1. We're running on the shorter end, and we're running fast as hell with minimal rest. Okay, we're resting 3.5 minutes. So Isaiah's pacing this. Isaiah, what was your lens watching this? Were we hauling those first couple? Like I'm talking, we're hitting those 20-second sub 20 reps.
Yeah.
I mean, we're moving. We're trying hard. We're trying hard, right?
Yeah.
Were you jealous? Did you want to be doing this workout with us?
I actually did want to be doing it. It reminded me of conditioning. That's honestly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I
but
was in coach. It was more coach mode. I was disappointed. I heard 19 is the goal. I saw 19 wasn't getting hit. I was disappointed.
it was so fast, and my back is in shambles after. I'm kneeling right now, for those of you who don't know. You can't
Yeah.
tell, but I am. And I did bounds week 2 of the cycle, I think, but I did them with a run-in. Bounds are like one of the most intense things, and it just, my spine wasn't stiff. My low back muscles weren't stiff enough. Didn't have a stiff enough chassis. So I've kind of been bouncing back from that. I had a couple really good reps I was happy with. Mind you, the first week I was at 24. So like intensity climbed up either way. Even if I didn't hit the times, those are for Fabian. He hit most of his times. Week 4 of a cycle, week 5 or something, really high loading.
Yeah.
It was good. So also go to teachmestrength.com right now. Click on, just type it in, press enter, and just, watch the video for us. Just do me a favor and do
Especially
that.
if you're a 1-footer.
Yeah, if you want to be a better athlete and you want to do these hellacious workouts we're talking about, go to teachmestrength.com ASAP. Anyways, we do this, and Fabi and I are talking on one of the walks back, and he's like, dude, this stuff just feels so good. Like it just feels so fast and relaxed and fluid. And I'm like, dude, it feels exactly like the run up during the high jump. Like it's so similar. And what's crazy is the velocities are almost exactly the same. It's a 12-second fly. If you're an elite high jumper, you're running a 12-second 100. Okay, that's an average of 8 meters per second, which is, again, exactly the top velocities for high jumpers. Mind you, they have potentially hit takeoff velocities that equate to like 55 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
So running at this speed and being able to feel almost comfortable and relaxed is kind of like a neurological, like fluidity thing. You kind of can generate stiffness really well at that speed and make it feel comfortable posture wise. It's really specific to jumping high off one foot. Again, we're talking about high jump specifically, just max vertical jump height impulse off one foot. So power jumpers, we run a little bit slower, but still, you got to be able to handle close to those speeds. And I think the other real benefit is this is kind of in line with what we would call like intensive, plyometrics. You're running, especially on the Achilles, like you're
Yeah.
running hard and you're getting really high ground reaction forces when you're running this hard. Is it the same as bounding? No, but I think that there's another added benefit of body composition and the hormone adaptation you get from this, from it just being like very stimulating for metabolic byproducts. Like you're talking a massive buildup of lactic acid and lactate and all of the associated metabolic byproducts, which is going to be, acidosis, hydrogen ions, all these things that are going to cause a lot of discomfort in your muscles, but ultimately lead to really strong, I guess it would call like a, not stimuli, I guess, but I guess it's a stimulus for human growth hormone production. Lactate binds to the receptors. I think it's lactate or hydrogen ions. I'm not sure. But when you have more lactate, you're going to produce more human growth hormone. Human growth hormone is super potent for tendon stiffness. So that's maybe an added benefit of it. And like I said, you're going to get pretty good body composition for doing stuff like this because it's brutal. I mean, it is like vomit inducing difficult. You're going to have, exercise induced exercise induced oxygen consumption post exercise induced oxygen consumption, something like that. EPOC. I can't remember what it stands for. It's basically post exercise, you consume more oxygen. And that's going to increase, which means your metabolic rate is going to go up, which means your caloric expenditure is going to go up across the rest of the day. And that only really happens when your intensities are really, really, really freaking high and you're anaerobic. Okay. So that's another added benefit of it. But for me, it's really just running really fast. Your nervous system is going to also, like, when you're that fatigued and you're trying to run fast despite being fatigued, you've got to tap into every motor unit you have, right? Like Joel Smith always talks about these long hold isometrics for lunges. Dude, how about just doing it in the form of a stress shortening cycle? Just go out and run as fast as you can for like 150 meters or like 200 meters all out. And you're going to feel it. You're going to be recruiting every muscle. Your hips get a crazy pump. Your glutes get a crazy pump. Your hamstrings get a crazy pump. And again, that's going to be really productive for, even potentially cross-sectional area going up. I mean, I would think that if you're completely untrained and you're doing that, you're recruiting a lot of motor units, probably going to have some hypertrophy, and at the end of the day, I've noticed consistently, and Fabian as well, keeping that in our training helps us feel healthier, faster, leaner, and just like a freak athlete. It just makes you feel more athletic. So definitely strongly encourage it. Isaiah, are you excited to do this workout with me on Wednesdays? Is this going to be the new norm?
I would definitely try it. I would definitely give it a go. I do think running is one of the most overlooked things in the vertical jump training space.
People don't want to do it. People don't want to do it. So
Yeah, it sucks. I think especially if your training age is lower, I think you have to do it. It's one of the things I think if I would have done like post high school pre THP, so like age 18 to 21, it would have benefited me so much. It would have kept me in good shape. My body comp would have been a lot better. I think I would have been more resilient. And yeah, I think it's one of the most important things you can do. Do I think it's like a non-negotiable for 2-foot jumping? No, but if you have struggles with body composition, especially, And if you don't know how to train hard is number 2. Like, I think running can get you there for sure.
Well, it's just
Tempo-wise,
like
really
you
quick.
have to train. You have to try hard to hit the times. It's
Yeah.
gonna suck, dude.
I mean, we were
It's
talking
gonna
about that
suck.
with Fabian about how a lot of people just don't know how to try hard, and running is, like, really good. And you also gotta think, like, I had pre-18 years old, I ran a lot, like, a lot. Specifically, like, middle distance running. I did so much, like, half a mile and mile runs. That was a freaking daily thing because of basketball. And even though I hated it, it played an integral role in, like, my mental specifically. Like,
I think at long-term athletic development too, it's just so good. Like so
yeah,
many basketball players can't run. Like, have you ever seen them run upright? It's pathetic.
yeah.
I saw
Did you
that
see did you
statistic
see
from
the
Houston
average
recently.
mile time
Yeah,
for the Houston team?
5:16 or 5:13 average
Yeah,
mile time. It's pretty good.
yeah.
Like that's fast.
And if
I
you watch
can't
them play, they were freaking
fit.
diving on the floor and
They fit.
freaking boxing, like, it's
Yeah,
crazy. I'm
that's
thinking
what
about when
they
I go to
got
play
Duke.
at
They
UCF
gunned
now
Duke
and
out
I'm
in the last
gassed.
part of the game.
Yeah, yeah,
So, and one thing too, especially as a basketball player, I mean, this stuff is invaluable. I mean, you're talking about literally developing repeat sprint ability. That's what we were doing. Repeat
yeah.
sprint ability,
Specifically that.
longer intervals.
Like, special endurance and
Yeah,
extensive and intensive tempo, like, that
stuff is
is
brutal.
basketball pace.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, there's obviously more change of direction and you can make it more or less specific, but I can promise you this, I was more explosive for longer when I was in a basketball game than my teammates.
Yeah,
Wildly. I just can't shoot at
yeah.
all. So that said, once again, if you want to get coaching from us and do some special endurance too, see how we program it, get your tendons stiffer, get leaner, be a freak athlete, go to teachmestrength.com. See you guys. Bye.